Welcome to Service Case Planning, an Indiana DCS training. This course provides a plan for service that is an integral part of helping clients. This course serves to provide you with an overview of the Indiana Department of Child Services, or DCS, forms that will help you better assist your client. After taking this course, you should be able to create SMART goals, develop monthly reports, form treatment plans, and write progress notes. When coming up with goals, many people will make common ones such as I'll lose weight, procrastinate less, exercise, spend more time with my family, finish that book, further my education, shop less, or save more money. When making goals, there are 5 common mistakes. First, that they're too big. In other words, you just can't obtain them. You don't write them down, so then you forget them. They're not specific enough, so they're too broad. There's too many of them, and it's not really what the client wants. Healthy goals consider 3 to 4 goals at a time, no more, maybe even 1 or 2. They're client-led. You're working with the client to develop these goals. They're process and outcome oriented. What is the process to get to that goal, and what is the outcome we're looking for? They use goal language, and they are strengths-based off of the client's own strengths. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Specific, asking who, what, when, and why. Ask yourself, what do you hope to accomplish? What needs to happen? Then describing in detail exactly what the plan is. Measurable, how will I know when it is achieved? What will be different? What will have increased or decreased? How will I measure it? Can it be quantitatively measured? There's 2 examples. Which one is the better? Mike will improve his relationship with his children, or Mike will improve his relationship with his children by talking and interacting with them during weekly supervised visits. The second one is obviously more measurable. Attainable. Do I have the skills? Do I have the attitude? Can I really accomplish this? What obstacles are there? Is this too high, too low? Is this something I can do without support? Goals are relevant. Why am I doing this? Is this what I want? What is my purpose? Is this in line with my values? What is my motivation? Will achieving this goal enhance my life? Am I being pressured to do this? SMART goals are timely. They consider how long it will take. Consider the time frame set by referral sources, or the length of time it will take to finish certain tasks. And it also considers how much time I have to complete that task. Which one of the following goals considers time more than the other? Number 1, Mike will complete the FE curriculum. Number 2, Mike will attend weekly group sessions on Tuesdays for 12 weeks to complete the FE curriculum by December. In summary, SMART goals provide the framework for effectively helping clients. Creating these goals provides the ability to document client progress or decline. Without them, goals are either not created or documented well. The monthly report is a culmination of all of the contact that was made over the past month. Monthly report sections include the monthly progress report, individual service standard monthly report, contact or the session notes, and the case notes summary. The monthly report is used in various ways. The monthly reports provide a summary of client family care. A DCS standard for monthly reports helps to provide a similar format from report to report to help DCS know what to expect, address discrepancies, and provide uniformity within the courts. The monthly progress report should be completed for a reporting period of 1 month. It should read on the line, report period, colon, fill in the blank, the first of 1 month due to the end of that month. If the service began on a different day of the month due to a new referral being made, the start date should be the first date of service. If the service ended prior to the last day of the month due to a discontinuation of the referral, the date listed should be the last day services were provided. 3 examples might include example A, report period May 1st, 2012 to May 31st, 2012. This is for services that spanned an entire month. Or B, report period May 13th, 2012 to May 31st, 2012. This is for a referral received on the 12th and services began the 13th. Example C, report period May 1st, 2012 to May 21st, 2012. This would be an example of referral ending due to case closure on May 21st. There are certain sections on a monthly progress report. These include the referral received date, initial contact date, initial face-to-face contact date, the parent names, the children, the referral agency, the case manager, the service standards, the reason for referral presenting issues, the family functional strengths, overall recommendation progress summary, and the next scheduled contact date. The reason for referral and presenting issues, under this section, there'll be reasons listed on the initial referral or updated referral and the initial presenting issues found during the assessment completed by the provider agency. The following are 2 examples of what to do and what not to do for the Family Functional Strengths section. Example A is Lisa and Joe Smith have developed a wide support system which they utilize when they use alcohol and drugs by having people they can call that can take the children whenever they go on a binge. These people have agreed to take care of the children, provide for the children, and ensure their safety until the time that Lisa and Joe can care for the children. Example B is Lisa and Joe are really nice but use drugs and alcohol. Which section has a better description for the family functional strengths? In the overall recommendation and progress summary, recommendations regarding the treatment, other services needed or not needed, and details about the family's progress toward the goals, objectives of the treatment plan, referral goals, and/or DCS case plan, CFTM goals are listed. There is a whole section devoted to the individual service standard monthly report section. In this section on the monthly report, there is the service that's provided, the service standard, 1 at a time. The begin to end date of referral. This is the date listed on the referral under the services. There's both a start and stop date, which defaults to 6 months, but could be a shorter time period if the FCM has changed it. There's the service provider staff, that's the name of the person providing the service. There's the number of service units authorized, and those will be written out, the number of units authorized on the referral. This is found under each service code where it states maximum units. There's the number of service units delivered to the end of report period. This is the number of units used during the month of the report. For an example, the number of service units delivered to the end of report period is 10. This would mean that you met with the family for this amount of units. There's the contact date, the date of the actual contact, attempted contact, failed contact with the family, the time the contact started, the duration of the time spent with the client, the method, phone, text, face-to-face, etc., location, place where the intervention occurred, for example, office, community, home, other. The intervention could take place in 2 or more places as well. The number of appointments canceled by the family. This would be where the family calls ahead of time or notifies the provider prior to the appointment time. This does not include times when the family does not show or calls after the appointment time. Then there's the section of number of appointments canceled by the provider. This would be due to the agency provider having to cancel a visit due to illness, emergency, conflicts, weather, or any other reason. And then finally, there's the no-shows. This is to be documented when the family has not contacted you prior to the appointment to cancel the appointment and/or does not come to the appointment. If the family calls after the appointment time, then this should be noted. Additional monthly report sections include the DCS service goal. This is the area where providers have been identified to work toward goals that have been identified in the referral, on the case plan, or in the CFTM. One goal is to be identified on this line. The narrative discussion. The narrative discussion of services provided for the goal during the month. This would include information such as the issues that were worked on, activities completed, the response of the family to those interventions, progress summary toward the goal. Documentation of the progress or lack thereof is provided in this section of the family, individual, or multiple family members towards the goal. If one person is progressing and another is not progressing, both things should be documented. The family cooperativeness. This is another place where the family's reaction to the intervention can be documented. One example of family cooperativeness is the following. Alicia was quite upset when I suggested during the therapy session that we discuss her past abuse history as a child. She did not see the need to delve into that history. After educating her on the effect that prior trauma could have on her decision-making, she decided with some reflection that she wanted to start to work on her trauma history. She was initially hesitant, but seemed to open up more by the end of the month. She was able to work through how being molested by her father might have made her vulnerable to other men while she was growing up. A second great example of documentation of family cooperativeness is the following. Randall was angry and hostile toward the worker, stating, "Don't ever come back here again, or I'll beat you up." He then tried to close the door in the worker's face. Regina opened the door back up and told him to sit down and be quiet. Regina said that the worker was allowed at the house and that Randall was just in a bad mood. The worker rescheduled the appointment and stated that some ground rules would have to be established in the future for worker safety concerns. One of the final sections on the monthly report is the recommendation regarding services for the goal. In this section, you will write what services need to occur to meet the goal or make recommendations for other services that need to be added. Here's an example of a recommendation regarding services for the goal. Bunny has been working in individual therapy once every other week to address the issues surrounding her grief over her daughter being molested. However, to meet the goal of being able to protect her daughter in the future, Bunny will need to increase therapy sessions to at least once per week, if not more, to address her abuse issues from her childhood that were just revealed to the therapist. In addition, Bunny will need an assessment to determine if there is a need for medication to deal with her situational anxiety and depression over the abuse her daughter experienced. It is interfering with her ability to parent her daughter because she does not let her daughter talk about the abuse. The monthly report also has a contact session, or the session notes section. The session note summary is a section divided by the following: the date, time of each contact, the duration of that contact, the method, type of contact, the provider, and the location. The contact case note section is divided by the DCS service goals. It provides an overview of progress or decline related to each service goal. Each goal addresses the following areas: the narrative discussion of services provided for this goal during the month, the progress summary toward the goal, the family cooperativeness related to the goal, and the recommendation regarding services for the goal. In summary, monthly reporting is essential for DCS and courts to stay up to date with client care. These reports are a summary of the previous month's provider care, allowing DCS to better manage clients across the state. The treatment plan is developed by the team and serves as a guide. It is a dynamic document that changes over the course of each month. It must be updated. It's outcomes oriented, encourages providers to think about what interventions they're using with the family, and helps protect against exaggerated or false claims. The treatment plan is developed through multiple sources of data, which may include social history, physical exam, clinical interview, psychological testing, and contact with significant others. Then the data is integrated by the clinician and the treatment team. There are 5 steps in treatment planning. First, the problem selection. Second, problem definition. Third, goal development. Fourth, objective construction. Fifth, intervention creation. Step 1. Although the client or referred agency may discuss or identify a variety of issues, the therapist must determine the most significant problem on which to focus the treatment process. Step 2. Each problem that is selected for treatment focus requires a specific definition about how it is evidenced in the particular client. In other words, detail out how this is evidenced or seen in the client. Step 3. Set broad goals for the resolution of the target problem. These statements need to be written in measurable terms, but can be global, long-term goals that indicate a desired positive outcome to the treatment procedures. Step 4. Objectives must be stated in behaviorally measurable language. Each objective should be developed as a step toward attaining the broad treatment goal. Objectives can be thought of as a series of steps that, when completed, will result in achievement of the long-term goal. Target attainment dates should be listed for each objective. New objectives should be added to the plan as the individual's treatment progresses. And step 5. Interventions are the actions designed to help the client complete the objectives. There should be at least one intervention for every objective. If the client does not accomplish the objective after initial intervention, new interventions should be planned. In summary, detailed written treatment plans benefit not only the client, but also the therapist, treatment team, treatment agency, and referred agency. The client is serviced by a written plan because it stimulates the issues that are the focus of the treatment process. The treatment plan is a guide that structures the focus of the therapeutic contract. Since issues can change as therapy progresses, the treatment plan must be viewed as a dynamic document that must be updated to reflect any major change of problem, definition, goal, objective, or intervention. Progress notes are a journal of care delivery and information. They are important, brief narrative entries to record negative or positive occurrences relating to the client. Progress notes are also used to document important issues or concerns that are related to the client's services or treatment. Depending on the case, progress notes may provide significant documentation related to some or all of the following concerns: treatment, treatment necessity, treatment planning, billing, and/or payment. Documenting treatment. Progress notes allow a case manager or therapist to describe work with a client. Without progress notes, it would be difficult, if not possible, for a case manager or therapist to create a service record that accurately reflects sound clinical judgment, the standards of the profession, and the nature of the services being rendered. Furthermore, the progress notes provide the case manager and therapist with opportunity to document the exercise of judgment in dealing with complex and challenging treatment scenarios. Documenting treatment necessity. Progress notes provide evidence of the client's need for the services or treatment at a particular point in time. Documenting treatment planning. Therapists occasionally utilize progress notes to refresh their collection of clinical information from prior therapy sessions. This is particularly helpful when an extended period of time has elapsed since the last contact or changes in therapists. Notes also inform on the efficacy of clinical interventions that have been utilized earlier in treatment. Lastly, progress notes help with billing and payment. In the event of a dispute over the amount or type of services rendered, progress notes substantiate the fact that the services were rendered on a given date and that the billing was consistent with the nature of services rendered. The following are examples of progress note information: service date, time, and duration, attempts to contact, request to FCMs, foster parents, and others, summary of team meetings, conferences, and staffing, treatment modality, progress or lack thereof, service treatment plan modification, clinical impressions regarding diagnosis and symptoms, relevant psychosocial information, safety issues, clinical emergencies, actions taken, treatment compliance supervision, and collaboration with other professionals. In summary, progress notes are the individual records of provider care. When the weeks are combined, a summary of progress notes is developed into the monthly report to DCS. Progress notes provide info for treatment, care necessity, and billing. Thank you for joining us in this overview of service case planning. It is essential for the provider to document the plan for client care in order to coordinate services with DCS in the court system. The service plan includes SMART goals, monthly reports, treatment plans, progress notes. These give a clear picture of a client's care.